Hey guys, what's up? It's Twice here, and today I have yet another CFA video for you, but this time it's between Cross and myself. Cross will be using Tempest Bolt Dragon. I am, of course, using the unscrupulous Smirking Clown Chaos Breaker. And we're going to do this at 4x speed because I'm going to warn you right now, this is a pretty long game, so let's get right into it. Alright, so as you can see, he's running Linshu, and I'm running Dusttail Unicorn. Now, Cross had just gotten kind of used to the game itself to CFA. So yeah, he's just kind of learning some of the basic mechanics. But this game lasted forever because, as you know, with Tempest Bolt Dragon, he has the field as his source of power. So you want to make sure that you're filling up your field as much as possible in order to prevent him from gaining so much power. So kind of get a good start for both of us, and drive check into a critical trigger right there. He goes from Lawrence Force over to Spark Rain, so you can put Spark Rain in rear guard. And I didn't realize that he had the Zweetans in his hand, but the Zweetan, especially for Tempest Bolt, is a pretty good card because Tempest Bolt requires 3 special counterblasts. So if you can unflip even 1 damage, well, there you go. Then you can use these special counterblasts one more time, clear the field, give him 20,000 power because you'll have 10 empty rearguard circles in the field total. And there you go. Anyway, so I'm just going to go into Mobius Breath, and thankfully I get a nice lock here. Fortunately, I have to switch Prometheum there, but damage him a Ignition Dragon, which is nice, and I'm able to lock the Spark Rain. Anyway, so he's going to draw now, and looking at my hand, I've had mostly triggers in my hand this entire game. At least that's how it's going to be. He's going to ride into Ignition Dragon and call this Weetan, and attack with the Ignition Dragon. And I damaged Infinite Zero, which was not fun, but I already had one in my hand, so I figured, multiple break rides really wasn't necessary in this game. Just swing at him with Infinite Zero boosted by Palladium. He damages a Perfect Guard, which is pretty nice there. But now his Spark Rain is unlocked, so he has both hand advantage and field advantage over me. He drive checks 2 Spark Rains, and thankfully I get that critical trigger, so I'm able to guard pretty easily. But now it's my turn. I'm going to Break Ride Chaos Breaker. I'm able to get those nice double locks. I have both Radon and Palladium. For some reason, Radon has 0 power right there. Anyway, so Chaos Breaker swinging at a very nice 28. And it's going to force out a lot of his shield because he doesn't have any perfect guards in hand. And I think this is one thing that Chaos Breaker is so good at doing is just consistent pressure. Because if you're able to consistently lock all of your opponent's cards, then him and Palladium combo so well that it just makes for easy retiring, and it gives you really easy hand control. So he's going to break right now into Tempest Bolt. He misplayed, he called Sweetan first, but it didn't really matter. Anyway, so I thought he was going to go for the limit break, but it turns out he was just doing the break ride, so I decided to retire my rear guard column, figuring that boosting Chaos Breaker was a little bit more important. He gets the heal trigger on the drive check, so now he's got the damage advantage as well. And I'm not actually liking my position. I feel pretty insecure, but I'm able to get that limit break off. And there you go, filling my field. Now I feel like I'm in control. And now Radon's got some power from that draw trigger. I'm looking at my hand again, and I have really good hand control. So anyway, I'm going to swing at him with Mobius Breath again. He's just going to consistently guard it. Again, having open rearguard circles is good for him because it means that Tempest Bolt gets more power. He goes for the special counterblast and with the limit break to retire the whole field. And thankfully I had that perfect guard in hand, so I was able to protect my Chaos Breaker. I'm going to go for Chaos Breaker's skill and lock his rear guard so that I can use the limit break next turn. Drive check into Chaos Beat, which is really nice, and Colony Maker. So next turn, when hopefully I'm able to either keep a card locked or retire something, I'll be able to boost Chaos Breaker, fill up my field again. So anyway, I decided to take the next damage. So glad that he didn't get a critical trigger, but I did get the heal trigger on that one, so I would have survived. And I do get off the limit break, so I'm able to lock into the card again. And now I'm just able to fill up my field. I have Chaos Beat, which means I have a good 11k booster. And now I have another Palladium thanks to Colony Maker. So there you go. I get a double crit right here, which means that I could have ended the game. He had just barely had, well, really just enough guards, so he had that perfect guard. So he's going to call his Demolition Dragon now. And again, his field is looking not so tough. I mean, he's got the lock card, and the rearguard circles are slowly but surely getting filled up. So he's going to swing at me with everything he's got. Unfortunately, Cross doesn't have a mouse, which means that he had to just tell me what was going on. We were doing this over Skype. But it didn't really matter. I guarded with perfect guard anyway. So I'm going to use Palladium skill in combo with Chaos Breaker, and keep that card locked actually, because if you read the ruling on Palladium and Chaos Breaker, you're able to do the same thing but keep the card locked, which is really good considering that Chaos Beat needs a locked card in order to be 11k booster. So anyway, I'm going to swing at him here, and don't get any triggers on the drive check, but not really too big of a deal. And then I'm just going to try to go after that Demolition Dragon, so I know that he needs that 10k swinger. Anyway, so we're both really starting to size down in our decks now. As you can see, I only have 8 cards left in mine, and this is really towards the end of the game. And I'm going to go for the 20k shield, and thankfully he doesn't pass. But I take the Radon as the damage, and I'd really like to have had that on the rear guard, but it doesn't really matter at this point. So anyway, I'm going to drop my Infinite Zero, and I'm going to, well, first I'm going to have to reuse Chaos Breaker's skill to lock something. That way I can use Colony Maker again, and still get the 11k booster from Chaos Beat. And so now I'm just going to swing it for 22. He had his 3rd perfect guard, which is kind of annoying me. But anyway, now he gets the damage check triggered. Basically, the rest of his deck was just triggers. Like, he wasn't getting any for a while, and now that he finally had gotten some, it was giving them that advantage. So he gets that double trigger drive check and swings at me for a ton, and I just barely managed to guard it. So now next turn, I'm gonna pull out all the stops and just try to just barely hit his Vanguard. And so I swing at him for here for what should have been 17. Unfortunately, I forgot to take the 5k off of Chaos Beat. But anyway, so now he's going to guard it, and I don't have any triggers left. I'm basically about to deck out. I didn't actually. I still had a couple cards left in my deck. I don't know why it says that I have 0. But yeah, now he's just going to pretty much end the game. And to add insult to injury, he crits me, which is, just awesome. So my final damage check is a draw trigger. Anyway, it was a really long and good game. That's why I put it to 4 times speed. But freaking Chaos Breaker, man, I love this card. He's so annoying when it comes to, just finishing off your opponent or just giving you a massive hand advantage. And comboing him with Palladium is awesome. Tempest Bolt, amazing power. I like the Eradicator. Frankly, I'm still a fan of Sweep Command and stuff like that more, but yeah, I still like that card. Anyway, this has been another CFA video of Chaos Breaker versus Tempest Bolt. So have a great day, keep card fighting, we'll see you next time.